Howdy folks, my name's Christian and welcome to Bullish on Farming. Last video I talked about how I fence hay fields for grazing quickly. And for those of you who watched that video, that's this field right here. I have the cattle waiting for me this morning. They finished up some grass in kind of a laneway that we have here that's an L shape. And down that path is back to a field where we have their water trough. So about, 500 yards down that way, they have water. And they graze that field, which I've now refined down to a slimmer section since it's already grazed. I just want the traffic to be touching a laneway. I don't want them kind of going back into the whole field that they were grazing, or the paddock that I had for them rather. And since they look like they're tapped out in this field here, I'm going to open this up and it'll give them access to that hay field. I just got tensile wire around this hay field. I mean, we have page wire on this one edge here, on this side, but the rest of the sides, it's all tensile. And we're not worried about it because our cattle are completely wire trained. And so I just lift up this reel. Woo! Come on, girls. And just like that, we got about another 2 days of feed here. We'll see. I'll come in tomorrow and evaluate. Today is September 25th, and we're getting some good rain over the next 2 days, but the ground is not soaked. Still a little bit of cracking in some areas, although we've gotten some moisture. And so I was mentioning that because if your hay fields are wet, you don't want your cattle on really at all. We're getting away with it now, and we got another hay field we'll graze soon. And once mud season comes in, we're not going to be touching any hay fields. We'll be working on our pastures, or grazing on our pastures rather. And that's how we are extending our grazing season this year, including hay fields into our rotation, which will increase our rest rotation periods on our second and third lap. We're now on our third and final lap of the farm. And we've already been grazing for 15 days. And we got about 55 days of grazing ahead of us. So yeah, this is about, 3.5 acre field, maybe 4. And I know I said it might be 2 days of feed. But the key there is I'm evaluating tomorrow. If I come in and it looks like the cattle, graze this a little harder than I expected, I'm going to take them off. We're not really going to gamble with our hay fields here, but there's no doubt that there is good quality feed and some good fertilization that we could be doing by having the cattle on it. And so voila, it's been a nice little layup the past few days because I had a 2-day paddock back there, opened up to this laneway, got another day, opened up there, and now I got this. So for those of you who do mob grazing, it's a whole process by hopping the water tub with them and moving their mineral and everything. But when you have nice little layups on your farm that segue into different areas, although you want to be mitigating and minimizing all, extensive foot traffic of the cattle on particular areas of your land, there are certain areas, if you're willing to tolerate it, it's all right. And if you got rest rotation period and those cattle won't be back for another 70 days, you're in a good place. Okay, I showed a previous field where we do create a lane back up to the barn because we don't have water lines out there. And where the cattle walk on that lane is nice and lush because it gets good rest periods. And so the cattle will go back in there if they want some shade, although today's pretty overcast. I have a feeling they'll be spending much of their day out here with the rain now coming in. They'll be getting a lot of moisture from foraging. But you can see I'm going to be heading home. Today's a Sunday. I just got this one reel up blocking this laneway that would open them up to an uncontrolled area of the farm. I mean, this is another laneway that we graze right here, but then beyond that is our kind of roadways on the farm. But you can see I've put in 3 posts here and some red tape, and I'll keep a bucket just kind of as a foreign object so that if the cattle come high speed, it'll kind of cause them to put their guard up and not run right through the wire. But like I say, these cattle are so well trained to electric fence. I mean, I got 7 kV running through this whole fencing system. I'm not worried about it. Okay, the cattle got everything they need right in here. Just need to bring their mineral tub, which I'll actually probably leave back there just because I don't want to be creating trampled rings around in our hay field, especially if we're going to be getting close to an inch of rain over the next 24 to 36 hours. So all their heads are down. As you can see, we got some happy cattle out here. We're happy to give it to them. I just thought it'd be cool to make a nice short video here that kind of plays off of fencing the hay field, and you can see it in action. Took me less than a full day to fence this whole field, probably about 4 hours total. And all I use is tensile T-bar posts, Kiwi Tech posts, which are a game changer, and the tools you need to kind of fasten everything up. So having said that, folks, thanks for stopping by. See you on the next one.